Hi, friends. Thank you for stopping by to watch this video. My name is Karen Robinson, and my guest today is Tracie Root. And we're just here just to kind of tease you a little bit about this upcoming summit I'm hosting called Finding Connection After Relationship Trauma. It sounds really serious. However, we want to have hope, healing, and add some fun to the healing process. So Tracie's here to help with that. Thank you, Tracie.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Happy to be here.
Tracie, can you tell us the name of your talk?
Yes, my talk is called Be Bold and Build Your Community.
Awesome. So a lot of the speakers are talking about being betrayed by intimate partners, or maybe something their parents did, or sadness about something they're going through with their child.
Mhm.
Yours is a little bit different. You're talking about the relationship with community. Why?
Why? Well, you're right. My history, my experience might be different from some of the other speakers, but we all have different experiences. And my perspective is really based on what happens after. How do you find your way back into the world after things have not gone the way that you expected? An example of that everyone can relate to, which is not, well, I don't want to say it's not anything. An example everyone can relate to is being in a global pandemic. We, every single one of us, had an experience that was not great related to that. And of course, that varies from person to person and what happened to them in their lives, in their families, with their loved ones, illness. It's horrible. And sometimes it's just that you were alone. And the perspective that I want to bring to anything that happens that is not what you hoped for is that by connecting to other people, you can move through that to what comes after.
Beautiful. But that's not to say, like, I know COVID is on the spectrum of trauma for different people, based if
Sure.
you lost a loved one or, if you were hospitalized, there's different levels of trauma with that.
Absolutely.
But you also had your own personal trauma before COVID. Do you
Absolutely.
think, yeah, and do you think that changed how you see community?
100%. I was very much a lone ranger in most of my upbringing. I was very independent. I am a high achiever. I graduated with honors from college, all of those kind of big, obvious signs of being able to kind of handle yourself. Yet, when I was 41 years old and my children were 1.5 and 4, I lost my first husband to cancer. He was 47, and it certainly is something that we hadn't anticipated in our lives. I wasn't in this kind of self-care, self-help therapy coaching world at that point. So I really didn't know how to handle it other than to push it away and just keep moving forward. I didn't have any support groups. I didn't have a therapist. I didn't have anything other than my own thoughts to process. And what I found over time was the more I started to let people understand a little bit more about me and what I had experienced, that making that quote public, not public like speaking, which I do now, but back then, talking to a person, being with friends, and learning that value of connection with others to, again, get through the time after the thing that was horrible to be able to come out the other side. And the work friends that I had, and the small family circle that I had, and the small friend circle that I had separate from my husband and our kids, um, were a huge part of me being able to understand what I was missing to be able to be happy again.
Thank you for sharing that little piece of the importance of community. So, for those of you who maybe don't have a community and want to learn more what that's like to be in one, Tracie has an awesome community of women that she works with every single day, every single month, and offers lots of goodness and so many events that I have FOMO because I can't come to a lot of them and, and keep my clients. But she's a superstar, so I hope you come and hear her talk. I promise that she'll have some gems for you, some good takeaways that you can practice. Thank you, Tracie, for being a guest today.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Can't wait till just next week when the summit happens.
Yay! Thank
Yay!
you.